social worker for our further sessions. First of all, I want to thank you for choosing our agency and choosing me to work with. I just want to let you know that this area, our sessions, our Zoom meetings, these are all your safe places. This is a time for you to really reflect. And I'm just here to help you, help you be your best you. And with that, that means you can tell me whatever, we can talk about whatever. Um, you can take your time. You don't have to fully open up all at once. We just want to make sure we get you to your best you and that you can further go along in your days and your processes in the best way possible. And with that, with opening up, I want you to feel safe and I want you to know that I'm listening and that what you're saying, you're being heard. And along with that comes confidentiality. And if you don't know what confidentiality is, that's basically, if you ever heard the term what goes on in Vegas stays in Vegas. That's basically what confidentiality is between me and you. That means whatever is said in these sessions, whatever is done, it stays in these sessions. It does not go outside of the sessions. It does not have to be discussed with anyone. It doesn't even have to be brought up again to anyone unless you want it to be brought up again. But with confidentiality, there are some terms that I do have to speak up because I have a duty to report. And my duty to report is basically any harm to anyone. If I feel like there is a harm being done to you or harm to anyone else, I do have to bring that up. And that might be a little bit of conflict with confidentiality, but that is my duty, and I want to make sure that you're safe and that everyone else is safe. So to explain that further, an example is basically if someone were to tell me, hey, there's going to be a shootout on the corner of so-and-so and so-and-so. I have to report that because we want everyone to be safe and we don't want anybody to harm themselves and we don't want anybody else to bring harm to others. Or if, somebody's like, yeah, I just watched my neighbor beat my dog or beat somebody else's dog. That's something that we have to report. We can't just keep that to ourselves because that is putting dangers on others. And, that's all about, making sure we're being our best selves and that everybody else is safe. With confidentiality, you are also consenting to the information, letting me know the information, and letting me do processes and different diagnoses to help you along with your decisions in life. And with that, that's informed consent. And since you're a little bit younger, informed consent, you still have consent. Consent is basically telling me, yes, I agree to letting you do these things. I agree to letting you speak to me, letting you listen to me. But there are some things that a legal guardian has to consent to that you cannot fully consent to since you are under the age of 18. But once you are 18 and above, you have full consent, the full ability to consent as well, meaning you can go and tell someone else what's going on. Like, if you feel like you want to go speak to somebody else, but you would like my help, you give consent to that. Or if you feel like you want your legal guardian to know, or you just want your family to know what's going on with you after you've expressed that to me, you give consent. And that means now, since you know what confidentiality is and you know what informed consent is, you can give me the say-so to decide whether or not you want to further on and talk about what's going on and where to go on from there. And that just all goes into making sure you have that safe space and that you are able to eventually find the best you, because it's not about me, it's about you, and it's about the growth and the ability to really understand yourself and how to go on with things in the future. And that's all we want out of you. That's all we ever want from anybody. We want you to feel safe, and we want you to be able to express yourself fully, but to also be smart, and to also just feel comfortable with us. So that's just a little bit about confidentiality and informed consent. And if you have any more questions, feel free to ask me. I don't mind explaining some more, or if you just want, further reassurance, we can give that to you as well. Thank you.